Got an appointment for my client in Columbus a little bit earlier this afternoon. It was with the VP of IT of a larger construction company. Been trying to get in touch with him ever since I saw he was recently hired in November 2025. So figured he might be looking to put his own touch on the company. Good conversation with them. They're currently using another IT provider. Said that they can improve in their help desk. It's not very consistent on the type of knowledgeable people they get on the phone. Have about 400 users across 2 locations, and they have Teams meeting set up for next Thursday.
Got my first appointment for my first client that I got just this week. It is for a church with 18 to 20 users.
Got a great appointment today for my client Salem. It's a storage unit / warehouse kind of deal that has an older roof, and they said they have active issues, about 35,000 square feet, possibly looking to get a full re-roof because I think it's about 40 years old, so it's about due. But excited to see what we can do for them, and stay tuned.
Just got one for my Las Vegas client. It's with an architectural firm, a little on the smaller side, but it's kind of right where my client likes it. So 7 devices, 5 users. They're also looking for someone that can come in and help them with like new hire orientation, setting up emails, type of thing. They're working with an MSP. They kind of feel neglected and kind of left out to dry, and that's where we can come in. We can be affordable and personable, so it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I got 2 today. One's for my HVAC client in North Philly. Coming up on Monday, we're going to be going out and getting a preventative maintenance quote. It's a large facility. We're going out to about 50,000 square foot, multiple units. They want to see what we can do as far as projects go and get them a quote on that maintenance plan. And then for my southeastern Texas client, we're going out to do the same thing. It's an apartment agency that got back with me. They want us to come out, talk to them about replacements, new installations, so we'll be going out next week as well.
Yeah, we're having a pretty decent morning. Starting off a little slow here, but we've had a bunch of great conversations. 3 partner meetings today, so back-to-back meeting with our partners, having a bunch of great updates, a bunch of hot leads, proposals are out. Looks like we're getting to the 1-yard line here on some of these closed deals for some of our partners. So great conversation. Nothing for me on the board as of yet. Been in and out of meetings, but I know the guys. I hear I'm having a bunch of good conversations.
Calling my shot today for Dallas. I'm 1 away from hitting cycle, but I have quite a bit cooking right now, so a lot of what I'm doing is following up on people who want to meet with us here in 2026 across all markets, and also following up on a lot of past appointments to see if we can get some of these proposals that are out there to move forward. So overall, got a lot of stuff moving and a lot of moving parts, but we're doing great.
Today I'm going to be calling my shot in New York for Acture and Digital Solutions out in Detroit.
Calling my shot for Americom in southern Missouri.
I am calling my shot for EM Automation at Virginia Beach.
Dylan's got to start with a 2-banger over there today for his roofer in Connecticut. Pretty good opportunities there, but I'm calling my shot for roofer in the ATL. Might get a 2-banger today. We'll see. But Ryan, you got anything in the hopper, man?
Yeah, I got 3 appointments probably for this afternoon.
Got one opportunity. It's property management. The lady had told me that they are needing replacements on 5 different complexes, and she manages 18 total. And then got another facility needing a replacement on one of their buildings.
Caden's getting me set up with good systems and good processes, and we're just trusting that process. So it's good. Just smiling and dialing is what we do.
Yesterday, we balled out. We had like 10 appointments. It was a huge day. I ran like 5 partner meetings. All the clients are ecstatic, and I had my one-on-one. So we're growing as a company. We're growing as a team, so super excited to see what happens today.
Yeah, I had nothing on the board so far today, but I did get one at the very end of the day yesterday. I was looking at active leaks. It was about 110,000 square feet, so pretty big facility, should be a good one. But today I'm calling my shot for, we'll go FBC in the afternoon.
And I'm calling my shot for my Florida roofer this afternoon, and another appointment too. Got a project proposal out for my IT client, and then I also got an appointment for my cleaning client in New York, and it's a whole school.
I actually ended my day yesterday getting a pretty massive appointment with an international airport for one of my clients out in specific. We won't say where, but about 300 users. They're using a company they're not in contract with right now, and they like them, but they would love to actually have a backup option and kind of compare pricing. So we got a meeting, I want to say end of February. It's not till a little bit later. I am calling my shot on a Shock IT appointment later this afternoon. I got some people to follow up with.
I'm getting all ready to make some dials this afternoon. I'm pretty stoked. I'm learning the systems, learning our new CRM. I'm excited to hit the phones and make some calls.
Doing pretty good. We're off to a hot start. I think we're one away from a pod wipe. I was able to snag 2 this morning, one for my client in New Hampshire. It's with a franchise owner of a larger workout group. It actually looks like they own about 150 of those locations across the country in Canada. I talked to the director of IT, interested in learning a little bit more about our capabilities and how it might help out with their future initiatives. Wasn't able to get the user count just because of how big it was and kind of caught her off guard, but we have a meeting set for next week. And then I was able to get meetings with my client down in Sarasota, the director of IT that I've been talking with since 2024. Finally called him today, and he's like, I actually have something for you. Looking to outsource some of their desktop support and help desk, some overflow. So they had about 600 agents that they did, but like 120 employees across 15, 16 locations. And we got that set up for the first week of February, so it should be a pretty good one. But I'll let Marge, Blake tell you about their appointments, and then let Ben call a shot.
I got one for my roofer in Arkansas, got him yellow. It was with an apartment complex that's around 30,000 square feet. They have all sorts of leaks. They've been patching them for like a year, and it's time to re-roof. So we're going to get out there, get them a quote. They already have one, and hopefully we get a re-roof for them. And then I'm going to call my shot in Tulsa, Oklahoma this afternoon.
I got one today from my HVAC guy in Philly. We're going to be going out. It's a new management company took over a nursing home. We're going to be getting them a quote on preventative maintenance for their units.
I've got 2 clients in Pennsylvania today, so the odds are good something's going to happen over there.
Had a pretty busy morning, did a lot of partner meetings, all the things. Did some dialing in Chicago. I'm going to call my shot in Chicago and Knoxville.
Doing good, getting some dials going. Had a meeting on adjustments and things like that. I'll go ahead and call my shot in Utah today.
I'm gonna call my shot for Denver.
I got one this morning in St. George, IT for my IT clients with a local engineering firm. It's a little bit smaller, 8 users. I spoke with the in-house IT guy there. Said he'd love to see what we have to offer. Wanted a presentation, so we're going to meet with them next Thursday at 9 a.m.
I've been calling Chicago, nothing yet. Later this afternoon I'm calling Cali, so I'm going to call my shot in Cali today.
Pretty solid. I got 2 this morning so far. I think I can get a 3rd by the end of the day, but they're both for my niche medical client. One was off of an inbound, so I CC'd my client on an email. Had a really good conversation with this guy last week. He actually just called my client off of his signature. There's huge opportunity there. He's getting a bunch of info coordinated and sent over to him right now. And then I got one set with a hospital in the south with a director of surgery over there. Also great timing. They're actively hiring new surgeons. Wanted to meet next month to kind of talk about numbers. So got that set for the 3rd, but pretty good opportunities.
2 appointments today. My first one was for my Miami HVAC client. Spoke to the general manager at a hotel, 140 total units. They have a current PM contract in place, but they were looking for a secondary option, so we're headed out there next Wednesday. And then the second one I got was for my Phoenix HVAC client. This is a hotel I've been calling for about 4 months now. Finally got a hold of the guy, 400,000 square foot.
Emma's birthday is today, so it's just the fellas today, but Matt's got us rolling this morning with a couple, but he's on a call as usual during the intermission, so we're going to go with Tyler, who had a real good one yesterday.
Got a pretty good one for our baseball-related client here in St. Louis. Yesterday, late in the day. It's actually a meeting that's happening today, and I got it yesterday. It's a pretty big HVAC company here in St. Louis, and they're presenting to the company about potential partnerships on this Thursday, so should be a pretty good meeting today.
And then while Matt's still talking, I'll talk on his. He set 2 for a roofer down in San Antonio, both really good appointments. One is with a 700,000 square foot mall. looking at some projects in the spring, so we're going to go quote them on that. The others with the school, same deal, looking at projects in the next little bit, probably a re-roof there. So we're going to head out there next week. Teddy, who you got a shot call on?
Alrighty. Thanks for your time today.
Roofer in Pennsylvania.
Who's got some apps this morning? Tell me somebody's got one. Brennan? Going?
I've had a couple of KDMs pick up.
Jesus?
No, I had that guy for 20 minutes, but you got the hot one at 12:30 that it's going to close, that pest control one.
All right, well, we look at the dash.
I think just Peter got one and I think Braxton just got one.
So, yeah, we're sitting light. Dials. We're without Nick today, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're in the range, right? We want to be, making 100 plus. Like, know how many times it takes you to get somebody on the phone, right? Just went through our one-on-ones. Like, that's why we want to know, like, where's your sweet spot? How many calls do you got to make to get somebody on the phone, right? Are you a 5% contact guy? Or are you a 7% contact guy or 10% contact guy? Like, you gotta know your numbers. Like, obviously it starts with getting people on the phone. You got emails to help, but when you get someone on the phone, you gotta capitalize on it. It's confidence. Like I said, be sharp. You gotta sound like an expert. You gotta be confident. People buy from people they like and they trust, and if it's easy to work with you, get signed up. Which we're all of those things. Morning's rough. Let's go into the back half of the day. Let's get after it. We got a new deal yesterday at the end of the day at around 5 o'clock. Guy I talked to 2 weeks ago, right? They show up, we pitch them. It's up to them if they want to sign up. People sign up when they're ready. Like that guy. He was ready, reached back out, got him tucked in. Boom, market gone. And let people know these stories. If they sound like they're on the fence, you got to tell them. Dude, I don't care how long a market's been open or not been open. Deals happen quick around here because people can sign up at any time and use some of those stories. It's like, I'm just trying to get you the information that you need. If you ain't serious, you just want more info, I got a video for guys like you. It's called our Self-Guided Sales Meeting. Why don't you go check it out? And tell them, I'm looking for partners. And that's where either they'll sign up, take a meeting, or it'll just increase your close rate. Because you're at 5%, you better be closing 30% plus. If your contact rate's at like a 7%, you got to be at like 20 or 25%. Depending on your goals, know where they're at. Contact and close. If you can hit those two numbers and make the dials, you always hit your numbers for appointments. And then the deals, that's up to me, right? I gotta help with that. But just try qualifying. 3 things. If you look for service like this, can you budget at least $4,500 a week? Is there anybody else we need to include on this meeting? That's it. And just get them to show up. That's my speech. Like, I won't keep you, but let's get after it. If you're on pace, great. Not on pace, make it up. Get on pace, right? Sales is all about results. Cool? All right. You guys ready to go eat lunch? All right.
Today I've been still working on the email marketing campaign, so doing some tweaks on the journey, getting some of those final UI touches in there. Also working a little bit on the back end to get these the statuses from like draft to publish. That way we can actually activate them and have that going. So yeah, just gonna be working on that all day.
I had 3 back-to-back meetings, 2 kickoff calls and a Balto build, and then I have an email marketing meeting and then a wrap-up call this afternoon.
This morning I actually had a kind of calm morning aside from the gate problem, but I'm working on an HVAC template right now. Very close to finishing it, and then I'll switch to another industry template.
So I got some post out about one of our new hires, Clayton Young, yesterday. And then Jack also got out a proposal, so I got that post out. And then I'm just doing my rounds of grading this afternoon, and then anything that Chris and Matt send, I'll be sure to get that out. And then I've also been doing my 10 out of 10s, and I think that's about it on my end as of right now.
I'm working with HVAC to get the heat working in certain spots and the gate working fully, and now working on February calendar, ticket allocations, and updating all my files.
Been reaching out to some new people. We've got 2 people starting next week, so I'm getting them all ready to go. We got a candidate stop by on Thursday. I got 4 BDR candidates in the works I'm working on moving through our process as well too, and just keeping after it.
Yep, had a few client calls yesterday for some candidates for Ellis and both Schaffer Beacon. Just had a company meeting with Schaffer today as well, and then I have a candidate phone screen for, I believe, Ellis later on today. That's about it.
Got a pretty good appointment today for my New Jersey IT client. It was with a mental health services company. They are actually looking at other representation for their IT administration. Weren't feeling like they were being taken care of as well as they could have been. We have been trying to track down the clinical director for a couple months, and actually got a hold of her on her cell phone on her way to a retirement party today. So she didn't have too much time to talk, but she was interested in having us come out in person just to get a look at the facility, see what we would have to be working with, and it sounds like they are actually looking to make this switch pretty quickly. So should be a good conversation to have next Tuesday. I didn't get much data from her on the phone, but on their website they've got about 30 users, 2 different locations. So yeah, it should be a good opportunity.
So I got 2 more appointments this afternoon. The first one was for my Phoenix HVAC client. It was a hotel, about 170,000 square foot. I spoke to the chief engineer. We're headed out there next week to potentially be a future resource for them. They have a couple cooling towers and a big project coming up within the next 6 months, so that one should be a pretty good one. The second one was a hotel resort. I spoke to the maintenance manager, and he told me he was actively shopping around for preventative maintenance, and he actually was meeting with the contractor the day before we were supposed to head out there. So that one should also be a pretty good opportunity to provide them a quote.
It's with the property management group, but they have a lot of expensive and very big properties, including a couple hospitals, so never a shortage of roofing needs for them. We're going to meet with them in February, but very excited to see how it goes. Could be a great long-term prospect.